All right, so we're continuing our game. Last week when we played, you guys were given an assignment to head down to your old floor, 173, to see what was going on. There's a new drug that was hitting the floor, and I lost the character's name. Ori had just come up from that floor. You guys all went down to investigate. I didn't take good notes, but from what it says, you guys went down. You went down to find out what's going on. You tried to see you were told the commander down there, who you worked with before, didn't want you guys to come help.
Right.
You guys went down and you went to the Lucy Goosey Feel Good shop to see your Duros friend. He told you that he hadn't found it yet, but he's interested if you can get it. After that, you guys kind of hit the street and found looking for your old contact, Stoddy, who was at the Lotus Petal tea shop.
Right.
You guys went in, part of you went in there to go find him. Or he stayed outside and was offered to have the drug you're looking for sold by the two kids who were outside, and they recognized something was off with her and started to flee. So she tackled the Solston and detained them. While you guys were inside, Stoddy recognized Lucen and tried to flee through his escape tunnel, which did not work well.
Man, that dude was an idiot.
Hey, if you don't build the building, you're limited on your escape tunnels.
I guess that's true.
So
this cat is like, it does that
stupid
thing where it's like,
I want attention, but in my own way.
Right, I want you to pet me, but you gotta reach.
You have to
gotta do the work.
inconvenience yourself
Right.
in order to give me
Well, then
attention.
on Thursday, I think it was, I was on a conference call and like she walks up and she just bites my toe, and I'm like, what the hell, cat? And then she like flops down like for me to pet her. It's like, I would have pet you anyways. And then I got up and her food bowl was empty, so I guess she was grumpy.
Pay attention. You food giver.
So you talked
Do your
to
job.
you failed your job,
Quit doing whatever you're doing, which is clearly not your job.
No. which is not important.
And do your real job.
Yep. Take care of cat. So you talked to Stoddy about what was going on. He didn't provide much information, but he said that you guys should know what's going on, since he knew that you were Imperial.
Yeah, and he said the name Jotana.
Jotana had approved it, and then
So
after
we need to find out who Jotana is.
Oh, Tana, not Tano? Okay.
Joan Tana, and
Joan Tana?
Joan Tana. When you make Star Wars names, they just throw regular names with some extra letters thrown on the end. So
Jone. Okay. All right.
and then you guys, after that, you decided, since he quit talking, you guys decided to take him and the Solston kid out down to the station
The
here.
human kid got away, right?
The human kid got away. Yep.
Mhm.
And you're going to try to talk to the people at the station down here to see what else you can find.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I was pretty good friends with the evidence locker technician. I mean, that might be a good place to start.
Okay. I remember you interacting with them to get outfits or costumes.
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
because I was always popping in there to and probably I stole some drugs too.
I'm sure.
Face it, right?
Yep.
You know, I need
I need whatever's in that back box in the top corner, behind the
the
third
the
shelf.
one covered in cobwebs. That one,
The one where you will not have a line of sight to me,
right? No matter where I go.
no matter where I go. That's the box I need something from, no matter what it is.
The one with the flickering lamp, covered in cobwebs, 20 feet up on the top shelf.
Oh, it's something on the third floor.
That's right.
Don't-
In a
don't
locked
worry.
cabinet
Don't worry, I'll wait here. All right.
with a rusted lock.
Yep. Okay. So you guys head down to the station down here.
I'll let them do the questioning because
Okay,
yeah.
between them they got the sugar and the spice, right? So so we'll I'll let them do their thing and I'll do my thing.
Okay.
They'll be like, hey, did you guys gather any evidence? I'll run it down to the locker real quick.
Okay. Ori says
But on our way, like I don't know if we want to talk about our thoughts here with suspects in custody. Like, can we like do something to make them not be able to hear? I don't know.
you shoot with a stun blast and
Sure, but then we got to carry them and it's fucking hard. Like,
Well, we're already carrying one of them here.
if
Our
we,
stunned.
you know, if we were force users and could just like levitate them, or we were playing kids on brooms and we could do levicorpus or whatever, then fine. But
okay.
whatever the kids on whatever the non.
How about there's some in between
stuff?
things? Yep. I mean, they have to go through processing, and that takes time. So we can talk in between.
Yeah, but we
that.
got things to do once we get to the station, right? So, but I feel like what the situation we got here is that whether or not he's in on it, Commander Gleason knows that there's something shady going on.
Oh, absolutely.
It in his own command.
Yes. If not him.
Right. He may be doing it, but he may be the leader of it. But I think it's more likely that he knows about it and doesn't want anyone else to find out about it. Mm-hmm. So either he wants to root it out himself quietly, or he's in on it. One of the two. And I'm willing to bet it's more I'm willing to lean on the side of him being innocent because he didn't really seem all that smart when we worked for him. But it's hard to say. Either way, what we got to do is figure out who's the bad egg or bad eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to the people that I'm most friendly with from our time here to see what I can find out while you guys maybe question these guys.
All right.
I'm sure the kid doesn't know anything, but
no,
you might be surprised though, because like urchins hear things and see things.
I don't know.
Everyone disregards them, right?
Yeah, I think you could sweet talk them, saying they can just leave with a song, just leave without anything touching them. As long as they give
some candy and some creds and
send
him on his way.
Exactly.
After he spills whatever he knows, because urchins always know more than you expect. Because whether or not they understand it is a different question. But street kids are usually pretty savvy.
Yeah, that's why the reason I detained him. So.
Right. Right, again, they got to grow up fast, right? So I feel like he probably knows a lot more than he's been told because no one pays attention to the kids, right? No one suspects the butterfly. That's the Simpsons reference. Bart commits arson while being a butterfly. So no one suspects the butterfly.
Can you possibly butter the urchin up, give him the spill his beans, and just let him go? He's not our real target.
Okay. Well, I just assumed we would figure out what's going on when whoever tries to let go the other guy.
Yeah, I told what's his stupid face, Stoddy, that he could keep his communicator. So I guess we gotta let him keep his communicator, but we can confiscate whatever other random shit he had that seems like it would even be remotely related to the investigation. He didn't have any drugs on him. Which is smart. The only smart thing he did this whole time, I think.
Stoddy's the guy that was running the Lotus Blossom, right?
Well, he was hanging out in the Lotus Blossom.
Yeah.
The kid, he was having the kids sell the drug, which is smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he hadn't run, like, how would we have even gotten anything on him, right? Like, the fact that he ran is shady. But.
Which is more than enough for us Imperials to do.
Yeah, exactly. They would pin all kinds of crimes on his ass. It's Imperial justice, baby.
All right. So you guys arrive at the station. So what's the plan?
So these guys are going to deal with the people we've taken into custody.
Okay.
I
think Wyatt will take the Celeste, I'll take the first stab at Stoddy.
Okay. Another stab because I've already talked to him.
Yeah.
And we did learn a few things from that, right? We learned the name of John Tana. So that's another thing we need to do. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the best at computers or not. I've
probably
got,
are.
I've got a yellow and 2 greens because I
That's
probably got the
better.
highest intellect of all of us. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
you're like 3s across the board, right?
Yeah. Or close.
For what?
Oh, but 2, your 2 is in intellect. That's
Yeah,
funny.
2 in brawn.
2 in brawn and 2 in intellect.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That you must have had like no skills to start if you had 4 and 3 3s. That's crazy.
well, he got extra experience to start.
oh,
Kind of like everybody did. So like you'd be the same except you haven't got your dedication yet.
Mhm.
You did all 3s.
right.
So-
Right. Yeah, I haven't got my dedication yet.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
I thought you started with a 4 for some reason. Oh, you did. You put a rank in a 2.
No. I started as 3 for the presidents, but I
Threes.
moved it up when I got my dedication.
So Wyatt is talking to the Solston. I need names on more.
Willick.
Willick?
Elson.
Elson.
On study.
Elson is talking to Stoddy, and Lucen is
taking the evidence to the evidence locker,
okay.
seeing what I can learn from my friend, the evidence locker technician, whatever they're called,
Okay.
the clerk,
Clerk.
and then finding a computer so I can look up the name we learned, Jontana.
Okay. All right. We'll start and go clockwise.
All
So Wyatt, you guys get to the station. You take the Solston kid. You take him to an interrogation room,
Okay.
or did you want to take him somewhere else?
I guess.
So how serious do you want to make it? Do you want to make it seem like he's in serious trouble to start, or keep it casual to start and then?
I guess I'll keep it casual to start, sit him down at the thing and just see what, he kind of knows, maybe,
Okay.
like how the operation work, like,
Okay.
like whether he worked with anybody other than Stoddy or he knows something, maybe give him some food,
Okay. So you.
Yeah, just approach it from like from the angle that you assume that he's a complete innocent, even though he was caught with drugs on his person, like he's being taken advantage of, manipulated.
Yeah.
And you're on his side.
Okay. So you get to the station. You get him. You assuming you take him out of his binder.
Yeah.
You go down to the cafeteria, get him food, and find a secluded spot in the station, not an interrogation room, and just sit down to talk to him. And so he's like, so what's going to happen from here?
Well, that really depends on you, like on how cooperative you are, because I don't want to have to put you in interrogation and start booking you, because I know you're just trying to make it by on the hard streets, But the more information you gave me, the more I can do my job, do a good job on my job, and I can just, forget that we ever had this conversation.
He kind of takes a deep breath, and you see him kind of look around the station. You can tell that he's kind of looking to see if there's anybody he knows, like in earshot, or around that he knows. He's like, well, I can tell you what I know. It's not much, but what did you want to know?
Well, I just want to know how it all works. Like, do you know where Stoddy gets his drugs from? Did you work exclusively with Stoddy? Did anyone else come in? Like, who came into the tea shop? Kind of thing.
Well, me and Galen, we pair up and we work around the streets. We were out in front of the tea shop, and that lady who I guess is with you, she's the one who tackled me and took my stuff. But we were just out there selling. We get the.
Is Ori the only one that counted those drugs?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Or he's the only one who counted the drugs.
Oh yeah.
So since Ori's disappearing,
That's right. Aha.
we'll say Ori handed you
Thanks, Ori.
all the evidence to go catalog.
Right. She got recalled to some other whatever. I don't know what I don't even know what Ori was up to. Like I gathered medicine, but
Yeah.
I didn't understand the backstory too well.
She was a field medic. her thing was she was a field medic, and she basically refused, or she's a field medic in a combat situation. Somebody important got injured, and she realized if she went out there to go save that person, she would have ended up dead. So that was not received well by the people in command.
Right.
So like basically labeled her a coward,
Yeah.
and kicked her out.
Got it.
So
Got it. So it was posted somewhere else.
Yep.
Sounds like. So now it just getting kicked further down the
Yep.
totem pole or something. All right.
we don't interact with Scotty much. We know he's kind of over things, but he doesn't. We don't give him any of our take or any of our or we don't get our supply from him. There's a there's a there's a Duros that we reach out to. He's on the 175th floor. Molden West is his name, but when we sell our supplies, we go down and we give him what we earned.
You said that was a Duros?
Yeah.
All right.
So I was blanking on other races that
On 175?
Yep, on 175.
Oh, 175.
They were the supplier of the
He's
the next one up in the chain.
he's the one that they go to when they sell what they have, and they give him
He's the bag
money.
man. Okay.
And it's named Mullen West Duros.
Yep.
Okay.
Duros is his race.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
The blue race from episode 1 that you see, the Trade Federation race.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you.
The
Yeah, I don't know any of the races
Yeah.
really. So,
Yeah,
other than
actually,
Wookiee.
I'm somewhat familiar given how little of a Star Wars fan I am.
Yep.
But that's because you typically stick with the well-known ones,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Like we've had Dougs and Celestins and
Mhm.
and
I try to pick ones that
Duroses
are
and-
somewhere in the movies, so I can go. It was this one,
right.
or
That doesn't always help
Yeah.
me.
No.
But yeah.
because they're like one of the ones in one of the games I was playing. I forgot what they were called, but they're in one episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and I'm like, what is this race? And they're basically humans with tentacles that float above their head, like they're in water. And I was like, okay.
Like they were a Gorgon.
they don't have any effect, but they're for like perception or for feeling things and stuff like that. But there's a pair of Jedi sisters that were that race, and one clone had their
many
defect.
humanoids with tentacles do they really need in one
Yep.
universe, right? Because they already had the Twi'leks and the
Yep.
Togrutas
And the Quarren.
and the Quarren.
Yep.
The Togrutas are cool, man, but I could never like when I was because I think they have that pheromone power and they take away way too many experiment.
They do. They have the boost power, or like when you assist people, you get add 2 boost dice versus. I forgot what theirs is.
I'm pretty sure
No,
they're the
the fall-
pheromone race.
The Falline is the.
Oh, the Falline is the pheromone race.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Togruta, yeah, their ability was overcosted. Like they
Mhm.
got too few experience points
Yeah.
for what their ability did, and I didn't like that. Even though the race looks cool as fuck, they're like goth Twi'leks.
Yeah. Actually, yes. That's kind of on the nose there.
But Mullen
Like
West
their
is
things
the
come
man
in
we
a
take the.
different direction, but
Mullen West is who we go to after we sell what we have, and we give him our profits, and
And he gives you more.
then he resupplies us to go back out.
And does he have kids like you selling all over the place, or when you're doing it, is there always other kids around?
If he has them on other floors, I don't know.
Mhm.
I only interact with the people who used to work for Oopty before he disappeared. So,
Okay.
both of us, me and Galen, who were out there, we were fighters for him before he disappeared.
So does how do you resupply? Like, I mean, is he only work? I mean, if he sees you, like, he knows he's resupplying, right? So like,
He
how does he contact you? How do you contact him?
We send we send a hollow message to one of the bars down there,
Okay.
and he knows the bartender there.
What bar?
The Gorgon,
Okay.
and the bartender there is Ratsu
Ratsu.
Floto.
Toto.
Floto, Floto.
The bartender. What
Mhm.
floor is that?
175.
Okay.
Okay, so Ratsu is one name. Okay.
Stupid Star Wars names. Could be
There-
for me.
There was someone that there's some guy that does a lot of like first person shooters from the 90s.
And he's the one that
That's right.
handles the. I'll let you continue, but I'm trying to keep up.
He tended bar.
He takes messages and passes them to Mullen.
Okay. But yeah, there's this guy named Civity who does
Okay.
first person shooters and he did Dark Forces. I don't know if any of you played that.
I don't
And pretty much he had a counter for all the stupid Star Wars names. And you have to go around to Crix Madine. Ding!
So we send Ratsu a message and to let him know that we need it, and then he reaches back to us to tell us where to meet Mullen at.
Okay.
So Mullen handles both the money and the drugs. It sounds like.
Yeah, sounds like it. Is there anything else you guys can think of? I can't think of anything else. I mean, that sounds like enough to go on, go find this guy. Unless we want to use the kid.
That might be pushing it.
I mean, I guess you could ask him.
You can always ask.
You can ask him like, are the messages encoded? Do you have like phrases that you have to use to make them sound legit? I mean,
I guess I'll ask him, if he's interested in working for us for some money. To maybe
you
set
gotta
up a
try
meeting.
and make this kid an informant. That's fun.
Oh no, actually, that makes perfect sense. Actually,
Yeah, who doesn't want street urchins on the payroll? Like I said, they're sneaky little bastards.
Go ahead and make a charm check.
Okay.
Stupid
Uh,
350Z.
It'll be a red and a purple. But then it'll be two setbacks. So two blacks.
Red, purple, 2 blacks.
Yep.
Do I get any boosts?
Sure, you can take a boost.
All right.
You've been eating nice to fun food.
Let's see. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm looking at here. See,
So these are threat, which cancel out advantage.
Cancel out the weird like
The weird face things. So
Yeah.
that one turns to that. That one turns to just success. That one. You have one advantage left. Should take that out. So you have 5 successes and 1 threat.
seems good.
Yeah.
Seems so good.
He's like, yep, yeah. If you're willing to pay, as long as I don't have to turn over, or as long as you leave Galen alone, I'll be willing to help out.
yeah, no problem. Galen's in the clear. If you help us, and you'll get some money. So
Okay. Am I free to go now?
why don't you give me your number and we'll set up a meeting.
Okay. He gives you his common number.
Okay. Yeah, and then can I do a check to make sure there isn't anything else or like that he's leaving out, or would that be able to?
You get the feeling that he's been honest with you.
Okay.
Just because.
Yeah, no, that's the way I've been.
You're kind of giving him a way out or not.
Yeah.
Not taking anything.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, we'll jump.
So what's
over.
that kid's name?
He is Whaley Podet. WALEE PODET.
I butcher all these
No worries.
names.
We all do.
On
Yeah.
floor 173. The drug runner.
Okay.
What's up, Dylan?
Okay. Got yourselves an informant, guys.
All right. Okay, so I'm guessing with mine, I'm trying to see who the insider is. With Stoddy, because he sounds like
yeah, because he already told us something, but it was pretty clear that he knew more than he was letting on, because he is under the assumption that we know we're already in the know and we're just trying to catch him out. But I don't know how you have to walk a fine line there, because it's obvious we don't know anything, but I don't know if it's beneficial to tell him we don't know anything. Like, I basically got what information I got out of him by pretending that I could steal all the information anyway, but it would destroy his communicator.
okay.
Because deception is my one social skill. So I have
Yeah.
to lie if I want to use a social situation.
Yeah, so I don't want to use deception. I want to use coercion, but I might
So
be
you
able to use
can
that info.
Rough them up, shake them up.
Yeah.
You're like, we know you know more than you're saying. I don't care what deal you made with Lucian. I'm gonna throw the book at you unless you give me more. Something actionable.
Okay, we'll jump to Elson and Stoddy.
Okay.
Interrogation room.
All right. So, okay, is what monitoring devices are there in the interrogation room?
How many do you want there to be?
None.
That's right.
Ideally.
There's the one-way window.
Mhm.
Can't do anything about that.
There's the
You can
one-way
check to
window,
make sure there's no one in there.
and then there's two
Hope you don't get Jedi mind trick.
a camera in each corner to see the face of the looking over the shoulder to see the face of the people.
Okay. Are they obviously powered or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I do check the other room.
Okay.
And I'm very visible that I do look there before I go to the door as I bring Stoddy over to the seat.
Yeah, you put him down, hook him to the table, and you're like, give me a second.
One moment, please. I shut the door. I lock it. Go over to the corner. Punk. Over corner. Punk.
Okay.
We have some technical difficulties right now, so we can have a little bit of alone time right now.
Okay.
All right.
The difficulty, technically, is that you are not telling us everything you know.
So I have had a very bad day. Someone tried to take my gun from me. You know how they ended up?
DED.
No.
They are dead. No one touches my stuff. No one. And you got me into that situation. And all because we are not getting our cut. All right? So why don't you tell me what's going on? Get me in the know, and I won't beat your face in.
Such a pleasure.
Go ahead and make a coercion check.
Okay. Difficulty?
It's gonna be 2 red and 1 purple.
2 red and 1 purple. Okay. Well, we have to even that out.
And then 1 setback.
Lucian tried it the easy way. Now we're gonna try it the hard way.
All right. Golly, has this much discipline? Wow. All right. That might be okay. It might be okay. However, so it succeeds with a threat.
Okay.
With 2 threats.
Tasty.
Okay.
You bruised your knuckles on his face.
Yeah.
On his stupid Duros forehead. Oh wait, is he a Duros?
No, he's human.
He's human, that's right.
Yep. He after you threaten him, he just starts yelling out, "Help! This guy's beating me up! Brutality! With your success, you're saying like slam on the table, and he kind of stops and it's like, okay, I'll tell you what I can.
Start talking now.
Well, it started when Oopty Oopty disappeared. When you guys came down and you cleared out the Crimson Cudgels, and then burnt the place down. The Oopty Oopty, with Oopty Oopty gone, all of his people had nothing going on, and I came into a new employer for my old career, who was able to supply me with stuff to sell, and I've recruited the Oopty Oopty gang to also help me out.
Name.
Well, I'm Stoddy. You know my name.
And then I twist his wrist. Your supplier's name, you idiot.
You hear him yell out again.
And I lean down onto his neck.
Go ahead and make another coercion check.
Okay, cool.
So it'll still be 2 red and 1 purple.
Shoot, and I have nothing. Got it.
Well, here, we'll help you so you can have something.
Oh no!
Oh, wonderful. Okay, and
Oh no!
how about I have like a boost or two, because I do have them like in.
You can take a boost. You can take 2 boosts because you've already started beating them up.
All right.
But you're also gonna get 1 set back.
Okay. All right.
You just have 2 yellows. That's it.
Yeah. That's my coercion. I have. I don't have that very good ability with willpower. I'm agile. I'm strong.
Good luck.
You can't be good at everything.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the red dice are okay with me to a degree. I do succeed, but 3 threat.
Okay. As you kind of hold him onto the table, kind of digging your elbow into him, he's like, Jontana is the one who I've worked with. She's made the arrangements.
Okay.
We already had that name.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Where
can I find her?
As you push your elbow into it, the door opens up, and Commander Gleason appears.
Oh boy!
Lucen,
Wait, no,
we need to talk. Or Elson,
yeah.
we need to talk now.
Okay. Now I just walk over. Yeah. Let go.
Okay.
Walk over.
He closes the door and stands outside. You've not been here about a month or so, but that's typically not the way that we treat our people in custody.
Really?
Well, unless this is how you were doing it before.
I was of a different occupation at the time.
Okay. Well, this is not how we treat our people in custody. So leave him alone. We will have somebody else talk to him to find out what's going on. What did he tell you so far?
I would lie.
That's up to him.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, your deception probably isn't great.
No, it isn't.
Probably 2 greens.
See, it's better to be nice. Honey, you get more.
I work with the tools that I have. Yeah, it's the way that we work. Thing he told me is that we should have already known it because there's someone in our organization that took it, that is taking care of it. Don't know anything about that, Commander?
No. Did it say who?
No, they didn't. They had someone else on the outside, but they didn't tell who the internal person was. I was about to until you pulled me off.
Well, we'll have somebody get this information the correct way. You're excused.
Okay. Well,
Too many threats.
yeah, too many
Really
credits.
despairs. Like that would have been bad.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
that would have been like Commander Gleason with his weapon drawn,
Yeah.
shooting you in the face, or shooting both of you in the face.
Accidentally killing your informant.
It looked like he was attacking you, so I shot him. And
Right.
All right.
but okay.
Oh, well.
We will jump to
Good effort.
Anybody remember how
Jimmy's
much Wairu there was?
Nah, it's cool. That's cool.
What's it?
How much there was? Wairu?
There's 20.
Okay. Mhm. How many do you think I'll need for samples? Let's find. What can I get away with?
Ori takes one of them, or he keeps one of them.
Okay.
Since they're medical, have a medical background, they're going to go inspect it.
Okay. That's fine.
She tells you this before, so I'm going to inspect this to see what it's made of, to try to help determine if it's a knockoff of something else, if it's new. What's the deal with it?
So I guess I'll keep 4
Okay.
and I'll turn in 15 of them.
Okay.
I'll slide it to the technician. What else did we take anything else? Did we take?
There's nothing
anything
else
from
on the urgent person.
nothing on
Somebody took his credits.
nothing on Willick, nothing on Stoddy, but was there anything on the big brute that you took down? Did you even bother to look?
No.
Hmm.
I think Elson was too pissed off to think about looking.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
So I just turned in. So we've claimed some of the Wairu. Actually a surprisingly large number.
Okay.
Just want to log that into evidence, and then hey, if you have the time, doesn't look like there's too much going on. I'd like to ask you some questions too.
Okay. Roxas. She's shorter human, black hair. Like I said, you've met her before. She's like, what else did you need? And she's taking the bag and writing the information. And
has anybody else come in here with any evidence about this Wairu, or asking about evidence regarding this Wairu drug that I'm turning in here?
Let me check. She goes over to the computer.
I'm gonna try and covertly look over the shoulder.
Okay.
I know there's a cage and stuff in the way, but I'm gonna be sneaky about it.
I don't find any records of it.
Oh, interesting. I feel like this investigation, it can't be fresh. Why would they bring us in on it? It's fresh. We don't even work on this floor anymore. It's weird. Huh. I don't know what else to ask at this point.
Was there any, when I looked for Wairu, if I'm spelling it correctly, I didn't find anything. Is there any other names of people that you know affiliated with it to search for?
You can look at Joe Tana to see if.
Well,
like,
yeah,
they've
but
checked
see,
out
I probably should have gone and looked up that name before I went to the evidence locker, probably, so I know if that was an officer or not. Yeah, so there, I can tell you the names of some of the people involved in the like persons of interest. I don't know if they would have logged the evidence under their names or not. Is that set?
It'll have a case number, but then typically there will be names associated with it.
Like who the things belong to or who were taken from.
So if we ever return it, then then we can return it to the correct people.
Right. If we return it, no, I got you.
If we return it,
I'm picking up what you're putting down. So I'm gonna throw out some names here.
Okay,
So how about let's try Stoddy first.
okay. She goes over and types in Stoddy. There's nothing recently for him. Looks like about 2 months ago, there's some evidence collected for. Looks like it was your guys' case.
Oh, so not drug related then.
Or it was the. Did you turn in? I thought you turned in some of the
Yidam.
the Yidam.
Mhm.
It looks like some Yidam.
Oh, so a different drug. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. How about Willick, whatever his last name is. I wrote chicken scratch. So
No. What was Willick in reference to?
wasn't that the name of the Celestin urchin?
Oh, this Wavy.
Wavy?
WALEE. Oh, unless I gave him a different name on Between Adventures, but I don't think so.
Yeah, Whaley
Podette.
Podette.
Podette. I
Uh,
obviously combined those somehow.
The only evidence we have for him is a vibro knife. It looked like he stabbed somebody.
Wow, and he was put back on the streets, huh?
It was like about a month ago.
Interesting. Was it self-defense? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. All right.
It doesn't say. It just says that it just shows me what evidence was taken from.
Yeah, I know you don't see anything beyond the evidence. I get it.
Right.
We are. How about Juntana?
She searches and nothing related to Juntana for evidence.
Can you do like a keyword search for drugs and see if anything has happened recently?
I can try if it's been claimed recently. Which one? Which one did you want me to search for?
Just drugs in general, in case they didn't log it under the name.
Okay.
We've got no leads here. You're definitely helping me out with any sort of scraps of information you can dredge up.
She goes through and probably in the last there's not been many recently. It looks like the Yidam was the last one. Was the last ones that I see. But I don't think they've been, after the Crimson Cudgels were gone, I don't think they've done much patrolling on the floor for
drugs. All right, well, it was worth a shot.
Okay.
Thanks, Roxas.
Yeah.
Appreciate your help as always.
No problem. You know if there's anything else I can help you with.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I need to come back for another one of my crazy schemes involving costumes.
Well, we have a very elaborate dress that if you go that way, but
I never say never.
Yep. Okay.
But I don't know that I'd make a very attractive woman, you know? Not like you.
She finishes it up bagging the stuff and gives you a wink and goes back behind to go catalog stuff. Okay. What else would you like to do before meeting up with people?
I guess I'll hit up a computer and do some searches. I'm going to try and disguise it the same way. I'm not going to immediately search for Juntana. I'm going to kind of, pretend like do logging evidence and as part of my
Maybe just hop in through and just kind of go through the hierarchy, the org chart.
the org chart, or if there's like an email system or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be an alias. There's whatever.
Right.
It probably is an alias. In fact,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
I mean, because I didn't use my real name when I went undercover with Doug, right? So
Mhm.
You don't
With
use your
Doug
real name when
Judy.
you're committing crimes. Come on.
that's right.
Okay. Go ahead and do a computer check.
All right.
It'll be 1 red and 2 purple.
Even odds.
Well, in that case,
Rude.
I know.
Trying to make this fail. Messed up. It didn't work. Ah! I'm gonna also have a threat. No, it's not.
Actually,
It's
no.
actually balances out. 2 successes.
All right.
Woo-hoo. Great success.
You start looking through for Jontana,
Uh-huh.
and you start looking through anything kind of related to the floors that you've been working on. Nothing comes up. You start looking through some of the information for like different
The drug.
drugs. Nothing comes
The
up.
beauties gang.
Finally, the only reference you can see about Jontana is that this is about 10 years ago, when Commander Gleason was out in the field, he had a lieutenant, Jontana
So
Lavar.
Jontana was his commanding officer.
He was still above her.
Oh, okay. So he was still a commander.
Yep, he wasn't a commander yet. He was
Somewhere in between.
whatever's above lieutenant.
Sure. Like a major. A
We
captain.
were at the
Yeah.
second half.
A
or
major,
half
a
or
captain.
Well, the thing is that commander is a Navy term, so
Right, and it's pretty high up there.
yeah, commander is like major
Right.
or lieutenant colonel.
Mhm.
Actually, commander is lieutenant colonel, and then there's major and captain. They
Yeah, for-
have lieutenant, senior, then
Well, yeah,
Junior
captain is
commander.
above commander
yeah,
in Navy.
right. And then what's after lieutenant though before commander?
No,
Is,
for-
is it just lieutenant commander and then commander?
Yeah, I
it
think
might
so.
be.
Yeah, it might
Yeah, I
be.
think it
Yeah,
is,
it is.
So
it
that
is.
so a commander would be like a captain,
Yeah, so there's the
and then there's rear admiral, which is the colonel.
that's the
Yeah.
3-star or no 2 rear. Yeah, rear.
Anyway, we're
Anyway.
not Navy guys,
Yep.
but we're gonna pretend like we are. So he
Yep.
was still a commander, but less seasoned. And and what was the last name?
Lavar, Levar,
So a Joan Lavar. Okay.
Jontana Lavar.
Jontana Lavar.
Oh, Jontana. Oh, it's one name again.
Yep.
Okay.
When you question people a little bit, they
Did
typically don't
she-
give the full name for first and last names. So, you see, all you can find is that she served with him about 10 years ago.
Didn't say anything about being promoted or being killed or
Mm.
leaving the force.
It says left the force due to personal reasons.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Left 5 years ago.
So now I'm thinking it's less likely that Gleason is innocent.
Yeah.
Or he still could be, and he's trying to maybe there was some sort of yeah, she left the force for personal reasons, but he caught her doing something shady, or they were doing something shady together, and
Yeah.
she left to save his bacon. Who knows? There's a lot of options here.
Yeah. Which is good. I didn't bring up the name.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Because that would probably gotten us in a little bit more hot water.
All right,
Mhm.
let me pause this and probably go quick.
Hmm.
All right. So everybody's had their meeting with the people that they've gone to see.
All right. Yep.
You guys all meet up. We'll say down at the cafeteria.
All right. I got Jack from Stani. I mean, I was actually interrupted by Gleason before I could
Oh,
get more.
interesting. So that's very interesting to know, because what I struck out with the evidence clerk because she didn't really know anything, or at least nothing came up in her searches. But in my own searches, I discovered the name Jontana, and the context was a lieutenant that served under Gleason 10 years ago, but left the force for personal reasons.
Personal.
So yeah, that's what I discovered.
That's actually good to know, because that's the only name I was able to get. I mean, she's apparently the provider for all the drugs that Stoney's been using.
Well, I got the kid to flip to become an informant, and we got a bartender that will set up the meeting with Mullen West, who is the guy who supplies the drugs.
Wait, there's another supplier?
Well, I have a feeling he's the next link in the chain, right?
Yeah.
Like if Jontana is the big name here, like
Okay.
she's gonna have multiple cutouts, right? You don't get your hands dirty directly. That's how you end up taking the fall.
Okay.
But we could,
Because I actually have pretty extensive experience with organized crime in trying to infiltrate it. Yeah.
All right. Well, then how do we want to go with this? Apparently, you gave us the strongest lead here.
yeah, well, I mean, it's nice. I think what we could do is we could maybe get Wally Pode, whatever his name is, to if we can get him as an informant, which he said he's willing to do. So if we can get him some money, he could set up a meet with Mullen West, and then after the meet with Mullen West, we could get Mullen West.
I think though, before we do any more investigations, we really need to go have dinner. Yeah, let's do that.
Sure, I'm up for that. It's been a long day.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want to go to a restaurant that I remember from the last time we were posted here that no other cops ever go to.
Okay.
And we can continue our conversation there because the walls may have eyes and ears. So
They very well may.
probably already said too much. But
Yeah. I wish you brought the dinner idea before.
yes, me too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, this is
smart thinkers.
Actually, no, wait a minute. We are at dinner right here, right now. Okay.
I mean, away from the station. Perfect.
In a place that if anyone comes in that is a cop, I'll know. I'm paying close attention. Anyone that even has a cop face, I'm going to know.
Well, since you're paying close attention, go ahead. You can go and do a group vigilance check as you are on your way over to the dinner.
So we're being followed.
Okay. 2 yellow.
That's better than me. I have a yellow and 2 green.
Well, since I'm actually actively looking, can we use perception instead?
I'm gonna keep it vigilance.
Okay.
Just because it's
I only have 2 greens. So.
Okay, so we'll do 2 yellows and a green then.
reading 1 red and 2 purple.
Okay. Do you want to do the roll or?
Well, I got 1 yellow, 2 green.
So since it's a group check, kind of
Okay.
everybody's keeping an eye open.
Oh,
You take the highest skill and the highest stat
Mhm.
and
okay.
put them together.
Yeah.
So 2
and-
yellows and a
and-
green.
Yeah,
A
and
boost or no?
because I specifically meant to look out for spies.
And then how many of these?
It'll be 2 purple and 1 red.
2 purple and 1 red. Okay. 4 successes,
Woo!
5 successes.
Beast.
Actually, 3 successes, but
Yeah, because you got to cancel
3
this out.
successes and 2 threat.
So those canceled.
Yeah. And
2
threats.
threats. So 3 successes and 2 threats.
Okay. As you guys are being driven over to, there's no sooner take a taxi and, or walking over. Don't me take taxi.
Okay.
As you guys are being driven over, you're looking around and behind you, you consistently notice a undercover vehicle that is following you guys.
I know exactly what's going to happen here, right? I'm going to be like, don't look now, but we're being followed. And one of these idiots is going to go, huh?
Yes, it'll probably be me. Let's just say it's Elson right now because he's the one that just wants to see everything. What you're talking?
I want to be involved in stuff.
That's what happens with the threats.
As they see, or as somebody is looking, the tail behind kind of notices and veers off.
Look, okay.
What?
In my defense, it was my previous job to see everything.
You can't give anything to side eye?
Everything is full attention. You don't half-ass anything.
That's right.
Okay. So knowing that, some of you guys still continue to the location you talked about. Okay. All right. So you guys are at the restaurant.
Circle the block.
Yep.
Make sure.
Yep. You can since you know they're there, you can tell the driver to go around and.
All right, now we cover what we've covered so far.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be like, look, before we go do any of our other leads, I mean, given the fact that we've heard the name Joan Tana in conjunction with this thing, and we know there was a Joan Tana tied to Gleason, and Gleason clearly didn't want us here.
Yeah.
I think we have to figure out a way to either do this, cut him out of the reporting chain somehow.
Well, that means we can't use the.
Which means we'll have to get our commander involved in a pissing contest with Gleason,
or we
have to do it on the down one.
Well, we can do the informant, but we just wouldn't involve we'd have to pay the informant with our own.
Yeah, but we're not going to get a kid to do all this heavy lifting. That's he's not going to be taken seriously.
But I mean, he could lead us to Mullen West. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
But what I'm saying is if we arrest Mullen West, Gleason's going to get his fingers in it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do anything. We can't do anything above board unless we can cut him out somehow.
Well, I still have 5,000 credits from the Admiral visit to help spruce things up.
Oh, that's right. Because I haven't really been asking for anything. All I need is drugs.
Of course, you don't say that out loud.
No, that's in my head. Probably drug induced.
Well, should we tail Mullen West maybe?
Either that or just try to get.
I mean, not Mullen West, but Commander Gleason.
I mean, he's apparently a bad cop, but he's still a cop. He's a bad cop, but that doesn't make him a bad cop. He's going to notice us, right? There's a chance he's going to notice us.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph, yes. That was the reference.
You're a bad guy.
Right. Just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy. Good old Zangief.
So the thing is, I'm terrible at any kind of undercover junk. All I can
That's
do.
my point. I'm sneaky.
I can be your muscle, and that's about it. I can play muscle.
Sneaky. I don't know how sneaky you are. But group stealth checks only get you so far. And if he's got good vigilance, then that we could get caught, and that would be bad.
Right, we don't have the robot guy. Robot would be good for that.
He had 4 agility and good stealth.
No, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, I have good stealth. I have naturally decent stealth. But as for deception, that's.
I don't know. I think we should try to get Mullen West and just see what he knows. Which
Right, but then how are we going to keep that from getting to Gleason?
Well, we just don't look it.
We could just try to do a drug deal, try to become a distributor with the money that we have. And I just tempted him.
You know?
I'm trying to figure out how we can do this, because it's probably not smart to become all criminal and shit.
Oh, that's well, yeah.
I mean, because we still have to go back to the 9-9, and if we get busted doing anything underhanded, like,
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a good fair point.
And the commander is higher ranking than the captain at the 9-9.
which of course is backwards from real Navy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if I actually knew like how the order
Right,
went,
then you would put them in the right order.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
out of all the war games I've run, I've never bothered to learn ranks. And
Right. Well, because they always had fake ranks, right?
Yeah.
Or they used army ranks, which army ranks make a little bit more sense anyway.
They do.
no rear admiral, lower halves.
Yeah, when I was in my right out of high school and a little bit after, I worked for cross country, which has become something else now. Jero, yeah. And one of the clients that they had at the time was USA. I didn't work on the project, but I remember that you had to like learn ranks and stuff.
Oh,
To make sure to call people by their rank and
Yeah, because they did the towing. They do towing. The ERS. They do ERS services for various clients, and one of their clients was USA Insurance.
uh-huh.
It's basically like AAA, but
Mm.
a different company.
Okay.
Yeah, and you had to learn ranks and stuff. I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't get on that project, but if I had, I'd know a little bit more about ranks.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know what to do,
So what's
so
the
I
plan?
mean, I just say go after Mullen, but unless you guys can come up with something else.
Oh, well, yeah, the obvious thing is, yes, we would go after them. But the real question is how to make sure that, well, Gleason got to Stoddy.
Right. Gleason got to study. We'll probably never see that dude again.
Yeah.
corp stock.
I mean, whatever. I killed his boss, so it's not like
Oh, by the way, the whole gang under that Oopty Oopty helped organize. I don't know who's really leading them, but they are now part of the whole distribution and security for this whole thing. So this Joan Tana might have gotten that all of them to.
Well, it sounds like
Be part of
Stoddy
it.
got them and used them.
Well, he may have been self-aggrandizing too, right? He's obviously relatively low on the totem pole.
Still, they came for
Right.
some reason.
So what are you guys trying to figure out? Like how to get rid of the Gleason?
Well, I mean, get rid of seems a little bit aggressive, but just trying to how to keep him in the dark or keep him out of the loop. So
We're
he
trying to
doesn't-
stop the
right,
interference
so he
that may
doesn't,
bring.
right, because if he's involved, he's going to keep doing everything he can to
Protect his-
himself, and he'll
former
do it.
teammate.
He'll do it in seemingly legal ways, right? Like he'll be like, "Oh, you guys crossed the line and did illegal investigations or
Yeah,
whatever." He'll do it bureaucratically, but
yeah, he didn't pull me aside when I was actually visibly roughing up a previous guy, but all of a sudden when Stoddy came in,
Well, what if we search his house? See if we can find anything.
I mean, assuming we can figure out where he lives, I guess.
yeah,
I mean, we could do a computer search, but I'm sure he flags any attempts to search. He may already have flagged attempt to search for Jontana's name. I tried to make it look like I was logging my evidence and whatnot, so whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to searching his house, but like if we get caught, we're going to be in big trouble. I feel like we should do this the right way and tell our captain our concerns.
at the very least, yeah. I don't know, even though
That's my opinion, is that we should do it the right way and tell our captain about our concerns.
I agree with that. I mean, even though he might not have the rank, if this is
Right, but he can take it to his
Yeah, to his superior.
his superior, and because I'm sure the Empire takes, even though obviously corruption is rampant, I'm sure if it comes to light, they take action on it, right? I'm sure.
Actually,
Because the rank and file isn't going to all be corrupt. It's the leaders of the Imperium that are.
I come to think of it, with the
Bad
Star Wars
guys, right?
universe, is there really any? Is the Empire corrupt, or we just say it's evil or something like that?
It's all a point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The internal planets
like
it.
governments of sufficient size are already
We'll have corruption.
already
in other
pretty
places.
corrupt, and this is like spanning an entire galaxy,
Yeah.
right? So it's like
Right. It's not a matter of if; it's a matter of where.
right,
So
Okay.
and to what
Degree,
level?
yeah. And so typically there's less corruption in the inner worlds because there's larger organizations that they work with. The farther you move it out from the inner worlds, the more corruption is because there's less follow-up or checking on people because everybody gets so spread out.
Right.
So it's kind of like law enforcement in downtown Tucson versus when you get out to Marana, when you get out to 3 Points, when you get out to wherever else.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So yeah, I agree. Let's bring in Captain
Jeffries.
Let's bring in Captain Jeffries.
You've been watching the new episodes,
I turned on the one today and I turned it off in like the first 5 minutes.
really?
Whoa.
Because it annoyed me. I'll still watch it, but they went like super woke. It started with like them all wearing masks in the office, and then what's his name? The little follower guy. It was like super BLM apparel on like Juneteenth day, and like really.
What?
So like
Really?
I'm done with that for now. So
What is this?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
So
I haven't watched that in a long time.
yeah. I'll watch it, but I'm like, not right now. And this is a horrible start to it, but I guess they're releasing it like shows in pairs, and they're doing like 4 pairs to end the season.
Right.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
the show, yeah.
So I'll watch it just to
I
finish.
mean, are
it,
they
so I've seen
making
all
it
the
funny at
episodes.
least? Like they're making fun of themselves? Like,
It was to the point I turned it off. It wasn't.
oh, okay.
I said I'm sure I'll watch it just to see it, and I'm sure they'll get past that later on. But I'm like, like the very first scene, they're all in there with masks, and I'm like, really? Okay. But I said I'll still watch it. So,
I mean, that is the way it is in if you're
New York.
actually working in the office.
oh yeah.
That's the way it is.
Well, then they jumped. So it was 2020, and then Rosa supposedly said she was leaving.
Right.
And then it jumped a year with
To now,
Amy
yeah.
to now with Amy coming back. They didn't have masks on.
Right. Because that,
Yep.
presumably they've all been vaccinated and you can
Mhm.
not wear masks
Yep.
anymore. But yeah, they did it. I mean, it made sense.
Right.
In context.
Right. So, like I said, I'll watch it at some point, but probably right.
And
so
Boyle has always been ridiculous like that.
Yes, he has always been ridiculous. So it fit him to be, but I'm like, yeah, I wanted to see it now. So, but are you calling Jeffries this evening or? Well, actually, I guess. I guess probably still time.
oh yeah, it's
Since you're at dinner, I assume it's late.
Right.
so. Yeah, it's getting later, so I don't know. Either that or we do it the first thing in the morning.
I mean, however, I feel like you would want to know
Oh yeah.
if if this guy really is, completely based on that character, like he's going to be all about it. He's going to be like, what, corruption? Ah. So he'll want to know. I think.
Yeah, but I don't think we got much to go on. Just,
Well, we have
Strong.
we have a very compelling name coincidence.
We have
right?
strong circumstantial evidence that seems to
Yes.
indicate collusion with an element.
All right.
At the very least, he's covering up a former cop's indiscretions.
Okay.
So you give Lieutenant Jeffries a call.
Mhm.
All right. He answers his holovid, or on his holovid, you see him there. You see him, he's out of the office, he's in his civilian clothes. In the background, you hear kids screaming, and he's like, "What? Elson, what's causing you to call at this hour? Kids, keep it down! Keep it down!"
Completely based on Captain
So,
Jeffrey from.
sorry, Captain, we wouldn't have brought this up unless we thought it was really.
Well, no, this is. Huh? No, Jeffries.
The captain
Yeah.
in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. But this is still.
This is Terry Cruz's character. Yeah.
So, sure. We wouldn't call, but it seems like it's urgent. When I thought and the faster we brought you in, I think the easier this investigation will come. We have evidence.
Hold on. And you see him get up and kind of take the hall thing and go off to another room, and you shut the door, and it's like, okay, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. We have got we think that some of the provider of this drug that we are investigating need the Swirroo, that it is being distributed by the person by the first name of at least Jotana, and we were able to, at least in our research, find that there was a Lieutenant Jotana Lavar under Gleason's command. Gleason has a decade ago. Gleason has shown resistance in our investigation, and so we can't help but connect the dots and think that Gleason might be doing more to make sure this investigation gets shut down.
Well, he didn't want you guys down there when I first told him that we would send you down to help.
Yeah, and this might be the reason why.
Okay. Where you see him kind of go out of view and kind of come back, and with a data pad kind of jots down the names. So I'll look at this when I'm in the office tomorrow and see if I can find more. Do you have any? Have you found any other evidence besides this connection?
To one distributor at least. That's at least a moderate distributor, a Mullen West, a Duros that's on 178. We found out that we can be able to contact him through a bartender in the Gorgon called Ratsu Flato.
Okay. See him writing down those names. Oh, and it was 175, not 178. But
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, it was 175?
He has 175.
Yep.
Okay, I thought I heard 178.
So
Yeah, let's not go any deeper than 175.
Yeah.
Because that was the lowest level of Beeson's command.
Right.
So,
Right.
is that great? Well, I'll look at these tomorrow when I get in, and I'll shoot you if I can find anything on it. We need stronger evidence if we're going to accuse a commander of anything like this.
That's fair, but our whole group here is worried that we're not going to be able to actually prosecute this properly if our support's going to just pull the rug under us, or the possibility of our support pulling the rug under us.
Well, try to find whatever else you can as discreetly as possible. I will look to see what I can find, and I'll pass it up the chain. And I'll let you know what if I find enough, I'll pass it up the chain.
All right.
If not, I would need more evidence from you guys, and to find out the full details of what's going on before trying to report somebody of his rank.
All right. Understood, sir.
Shame.
So yeah, he says that he needs more evidence before he can really do anything, which makes sense, and just to be discreet. So yeah.
Well, I guess we could work through the chain to get this distributor to try to give more drugs, bring more drugs, but I'm not sure. Aside from like capturing him, taking him into custody, I'm not sure what use that's going to be.
I mean, yeah, we could take him into custody and then interrogate him before we bring him in. But that is kind of stretching things.
I don't know if you have to bring him in. We just got to talk to him
That's, well,
convincingly.
convincingly true. That's our only lead.
I feel like there's got to be an actual internal affairs that should be looking.
Either that or we try to look
It's
into,
ISB.
Yeah.
But again, bureaucracy.
Right,
and they would want more evidence too
right, and there may not be anybody from ISB
here. Yeah.
on planet. There's not. I mean,
Well,
it is a core world, I guess.
Yeah, they'd definitely be on planet.
But they'd be like,
they'd be higher up.
they'd actually be able to see something.
Yep.
Either that or we try to find these people that are in the part of or formerly part of Ooptie's gang and try to. I'm sure they're causing ruckuses everywhere.
Yeah, we probably
elsewhere.
know some.
And then we can probably run that down too. That's another way.
We probably know some, even if they were never named before. We had to have met some of them.
You met some of them when you were hiring them to cause the disturbance. I doubt they didn't get named, but you would have met some of them. Not with any like well knowledge, but at least names.
Right. And that should be enough to get me a knowledge underworld or streetwise check, I would imagine.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right. So you guys finish up your dinner. And,
Yeah.
This is the next day.
if you-
Yeah, we probably go get some rest. I don't know.
Okay.
If we are we gonna, so how paranoid should we be? Should we stay where we're staying or should we not? Should we have if we do, should we have a watch? Like, I don't know how paranoid we need to be here.
I don't think we have to worry about it too much yet, because I mean, the guy doesn't know what we know.
Your stay was set up to be at the basically the station down on the floor.
And there was someone following us.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we should be paranoid.
Well, I don't know. I feel like if we do stuff out of the ordinary, that just becomes more suspicious than if we
That's a good point.
stick to the routine that we're supposed to stick to.
Oh, I could just say that I'm staying up because I've been used to it. Doing guard duty. Don't get much sleep. And one of you can be an early riser.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. So head back to the station. When you get there, they take you up to one of the rooms that is set up for people, for visitors or for people to stay overnight, which isn't due to illegal reasons. And you guys, they have plenty of space for you. The stuff you take care of yourself, snacks. You guys call it a night.
Sure. Or do you want to do a watch? I mean,
No, Billy, I kind of agree. If we do anything out of the ordinary, then
all right.
we just have to hope that our perceptions our vigilances are good enough to detect any intrusions.
Okay.
Okay. The evening goes uneventful. And the next morning, you are able to leave and do what you would like.
All right.
So you head out to try to find other members of the Ooptie's old gang.
Yes.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a streetwise. You can do streetwise or knowledge underworld.
I think that's all you.
Yeah.
Take a boost.
I have streetwise with the yellow and 2 greens, so.
Okay. Thank you. Just 2 yellows. So I'll take a boost from you. It'll be 2 purple.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Shitload of failures.
It is a lot of failures.
Yeah.
So I have clearly failed, but I have 6 advantages.
Okay.
Okay.
I could re-roll that. I can re-roll cunning checks once per session.
Okay.
I probably should.
Well, it's not a cunning check. It's a intellect check.
Oh,
No.
you could do streetwise or
I did
knowledge and
streetwise.
Oh.
Cunning check.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Streetwise. I'm sorry. I got that.
Yeah.
I got that mixed up with knowledge underworld. Or
Yes, this is much better.
much better.
All right, so I'm gonna have a threat.
Okay.
But I've got 6 successes, or 5 successes, one of which is a triumph.
Okay. So as you go through the day, you're able to find multiple members of Oopty Oopty's group. And all the ones that you find, they just from seeing them, you can tell that this is not what they're used to doing. Of kind of one's a dealer and they're paired up, or one's like a muscle or a protector, distributing kind of on the streets.
Yeah, and the way that I'm thinking that we approach it, so the way that I would want to explain getting a boost from these guys is these guys are obviously being Imperial agents, right? Like rousting people, and I'm trying to be a little more covert, like being an addict, as I am. Maybe I'll even make some purchases.
Okay.
Hey man, I heard you guys had some new stuff. Really want to try it.
He's like, sure. Well, how much do you got?
How much? So I want to buy. I just want to taste. I just want to know what it's like. So the first guy, I'm gonna be like, I just want to know. I gotta try it. I gotta try it. How much is it?
Give me 10. I'll give you a hit.
10, man. That's like double the cost of Booster Blue. Is it really that good?
Much better than Booster Blue.
All right.
Booster Blue is paint.
I'll do it.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna, and then kind of work my way through people.
Okay.
And then maybe these guys can come along, and if they're gonna shake down any of these low level guys, they can do it after they've clearly witnessed me buying drugs and I've moved on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, guess what are we shaking them down to? Like, what's the point?
As in, hey, where'd you get this this crap? You know, we can break it down for take it down for possession.
Right, because he didn't tell Gleason everything that we knew. So if we just started our investigation with stuff that he didn't tell Gleason we knew, it might be bad, right? So
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know about Mullen West or anything like that. So
right. That's exactly the point. He didn't tell him about that. So why would we all of a sudden investigate a guy that we didn't put in our report or he didn't tell Gleason about?
Okay.
So we got to have a new.
Granted, I wasn't there.
Because if we're being followed, right, we have to assume we're being followed.
Okay.
Well, that, and also I wasn't with Wiley when, or Wyatt. Sorry, I don't know, for some reason I couldn't remember your.
No, that's okay. That's all right. It doesn't really bother me.
So yeah, I wasn't with Wyatt when he was discussed. So of course, Elsa wanted to bring it up.
I mean, that's true.
Well, I mean, I didn't tell anybody that this guy's my informant other than you guys.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
That's true.
I didn't log it or anything.
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel like we gotta kind of pretend like we're starting from square one.
Mhm.
Okay.
If we now know that there's a real chance that we're being followed
Mhm.
and watched.
Well, I mean, if we're trying to catch, are we trying to catch the person who's following us? I mean, because if that's our goal.
No, I feel like we just go about our business and always be cognizant of the fact that we could be being watched.
Because I feel like, okay.
Because I don't know that it would necessarily do us any good to call out another cop for following us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, you guys might feel differently, and we could talk about it, but I feel like it doesn't
Well, I'm just confused on what we're doing because I feel like we already have the name of the supplier, so we're trying not to find this guy.
So-
Like,
Well,
basically they're showing their work. So you kind of jumped ahead to get the name.
Oh, I
By
see.
talking to people that you may not want him to know that you've already talked to.
okay,
And so now
So
you're kind
basically,
of,
like protecting your contact, right?
Yeah.
okay,
By getting information we already knew. Now that we know the information, it'll be easier to get it again, right?
okay,
To shake it
okay.
out of someone.
right, and also this helps us to see if there's another lead that we could possibly
Okay,
follow
all right,
with
all
that.
Right, right.
Now I
And
have a better idea.
we might shake something else loose. too,
Okay,
right?
all right. Now I have a better, clearer idea of what's going on. So,
And plus, I'm getting more.
and he's getting more drugs.
Right. So there's that. I'm gonna try this. I don't know. Did we find out the effects? Did Ori tell us anything about what it does?
You
Like just in general terms, even.
A hallucinogen.
there's a hallucinogen
Oh, favorite kind.
and she said a side effect was people getting naked.
That's what Edom did. What the hell?
Everything has a component with ecstasy.
Check, go blinds.
That's what Edom did too. So, but this doesn't make you violent. Like
It's not making it violent.
So this is maybe an improvement on Edom. Like if I compared Edom and this, I still haven't taken Edom,
So I'm taking you.
but I need to.
So if you call Ori to see what her findings are,
Well, yeah, I guess I can ask her if she
Yep.
ever studied Edom.
she did not study Edom, but if there's some at the evidence locker, she can go get that and compare it, and then give you a call back.
I think we should allow that.
What's that?
Should allow or
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
study to eat them too.
She keeps climbing.
Prone to remove clothing.
So she's gonna go get a different copy of Edom and compare the two.
Because it could be interesting to know if it was like the same maker or a different maker who was just playing off of the original maker's playbook.
When she, so this will use your triumph, but wasn't directly on the roll, because you didn't really use your triumph.
Right.
She says when looking through the compounds for the drug, there was a compound that seems strange.
For both drugs?
Nope, she's only looked at
Wairu.
Wairu.
Okay.
There's a compound in there that is, I'll have to look up the name or something, but
Hey, as part of my triumph, can I say, hey, can you send me all of the chemical data on this, like all the technical specs? You never know when they're going to be helpful to your investigation. And if you do eat them, send me those too.
Yep. She says there in the chemical compound that she found, everything seemed normal with different drugs, except for there was one that seemed to be. It's found in other drugs that have side effects of making people ill or potentially death, but only to aliens.
Interesting.
It's in,
So it doesn't affect humans at all.
it's in a couple other drugs that are out that are from different planets. None that's been around here, but she recognizes one of the compounds as something that is adverse to different, not all aliens, but some alien
But
races.
ones that are drastically different from humans, like have different
Definitely
compositions.
the ones that have like
Not
any type of
necessarily
altered,
carbon based.
yeah, and that have like the altered ingredients like the Caldor or the Gand or the
Not necessarily carbon based or not necessarily iron blooded.
Yep.
Might be RNA instead of DNA. Whatever.
Okay. To go through, you guys kind of shake down the people. Going through, you can get the same. You get the same information. Kind of from them. Pretty much all of them are saying, "Hey, we reach out to
The bartender.
the bartender,
That's good. Next step.
Ratsu, and he he sets up a meeting with Mullen on the 175th floor.
All right. So no, nothing from like Oopties or the previous gang people, or they just or in the same boat, so to speak.
They're kind of on the same boat. They all say that kind of Shoddy kind of brought him into it, since they knew that he dealt with the Crimson Cudgels.
Okay.
So, and they didn't have anything going on once Oopty left. So they're taking their hand at this.
Okay. Cool.
She's about to get the sandal thrown at her. I don't know what she's doing, but okay. After a while, you get a call back from Ori. So I went down and talked to Roxas at the evidence locker and got Yeadam. And when comparing the two, they are basically the same except for a couple.
Except for that mystery chemical.
There's two others that are not in Wailu that was in Yeadam, but it also had the mystery, the other
Oh,
compound.
Yeadam also had the kill alien compound.
Yeadam did not have that one, but it had two others that were not in the.
Could those compounds possibly cause rage?
They could.
Okay, so that's probably why Ruru hasn't been causing rage then, right? Good to know. Yeah, because they don't really want, I can imagine drug dealers wouldn't want their customers killing each other or themselves. So smart.
Or technically.
So that means someone's refined Yeadam and added the kill aliens part, which is fun. Like that's pretty horrible. I feel like I can't actually be a racist because I had to go deal with aliens on a constant basis, and it would show eventually, right?
Yep.
But I don't know how you guys are. But
My guy's okay with it.
but I'm just
He's
like,
been indoctrinated by the Empire.
Yeah.
That's their stuff.
yeah, like I probably was indoctrinated, but
then you
had
realize.
to shake it
Yeah.
because
Yep.
yeah. So I find this a bit disturbing. All right, cool. So this kills non-humans, or could kill non-humans, doesn't cause the rage, but is essentially the same as Eden. Ori, did you get any sense when you were doing your initial investigation that this was made local or imported from another floor, possibly a higher floor?
Wow, that was so
The stuff's not too. The stuff's not too exotic. It could be made. It could be made on these floors.
Okay. Cool. Don't forget to send me that all that chemical analysis. You never know if that's going to help in the investigation.
So you start making your own.
So maybe start making my own. Maybe there's a class that gives you knowledge science and I can take it.
Scientist.
There you go. There you go. I'll become my own chemist. That's fine.
Wow.
That's fine.
Hey, meth heads do it all the time.
That's right. That's right. I mean, the good drug dealers don't take their own product, but who says it has to be a good drug dealer?
It just means you have to charge more. Someone has to pay for it. Okay. So you guys spent a couple hours kind of going around looking for the Uti.
So interestingly, now that I'm looking at I have found my old notes and I typed them up. And so interestingly, 4175 had a gang that did poisons.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Venom Forge Spiders.
That's right.
Whose leader had more of a nickname than an actual name, the Purple Krinka.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have anything to do with this or if that's just a coincidence.
Well, we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on it, but right now it's just all All roads lead to the Gorgon.
All roads lead to the Gorgon. Bring your mirrored shields, guys.
All right, so what's the plan?
Which actually probably in Star Wars wouldn't be that hard, right? It's like a hard light generator. Ping.
Well, so yeah, actually, how would we attack this? I mean, we want to get to the supplier. We just want to say we want to be a distributor too. Pay certain, pay wholesale.
Well, okay, so if a corrupt former cop really is behind this, if this guy knows it,
Yeah.
then we could perhaps play the corrupt cop angle.
Oh, right. As in, hey, we need some protection money.
I wonder if I know anyone in records. Try and see if the old service record is still there. I mean, if worse comes worse, I could just break in there.
Either that, or we can just buy a story point to say yes, you certainly do.
Yeah, but we can look at the one.
Yeah, I know.
Duncan hasn't. We haven't had to make any rolls, so Duncan hasn't had to upgrade our things. Yeah, it's pretty rare that I've ever used a story point to chain as a story point, but I felt it was appropriate there.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely made a lot of sense there. It's like, I wish I did that. Yes, in fact, we did. We did do that.
And you're like, yeah, I could eat. All right. Not realizing what I was pulling, which is good because I really need the guy. You're like, oh, eat right. Wow. At a restaurant far from the station.
Just put it up there so it's easy to find.
Oh yeah, I was like, what is it?
The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specifically to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. That poison.
Okay.
I love that movie. That's probably in my top 5 Disney movies, non-Pixar Disney movies. Because I mean, Pixar movies probably take up my entire top 5.
We just started rewatching some of the Pixar movies, and
I love Coco. Coco's probably my favorite.
I haven't seen Coco yet.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, Coco was pretty good.
Coco was amazing.
On one of the podcasts I watched, one of the characters, after Coco came out, he used that thing of people die twice. Once they die, and then once when people stop talking about them. He's like, on my planet, we have this saying that people die twice, and like everybody else just looks at him like, really, really, your planet has the saying? Huh? Coco had that saying too. But
yeah, that movie was amazing. I loved it.
I'll try watching it. The Bad Batch finished, and it's good.
Was that the last episode
And then-
last week?
yeah.
Yeah. No, I finished watching that.
And then
At first I didn't really like it, but then I kind of grew on me.
the last one was anticlimactic. Is more of kind of setting up next season.
Oh, maybe I didn't watch the last one because the last one I watched is when they escaped from the planet, like with all the ships everything getting destroyed.
So the first one, the Star Destroyers destroyed Camino.
Yeah.
And then the second one, they had to escape Camino.
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
Okay. Yep.
You thought that was anticlimactic?
Well, I mean, after all the action on the first one,
Oh, okay,
is
yeah.
a bunch
Did
of
they
them
really
talking.
need more than one Star Destroyer to destroy the planet?
But they only used 3.
They just destroyed all the cloning stations,
Oh, okay.
and is more for evacuating everybody off the station
I gotcha.
for needing that many.
I'm
What-
like, Star Destroyers.
Yeah, that show grew on me. I
completely
wasn't sure
wreck a
about it
planet
at
by
first, but I
itself,
kind of
I'm
enjoyed
sure.
it more.
Yeah.
I mean,
as it went along.
obviously, this was like early Empire.
The
right?
first
Or
kid,
this was
the kid
pre-Empire,
character, I didn't like her at
Was there-
first.
So maybe they weren't as powerful.
They might have still been the Venerator class
Yeah.
versus
Smaller,
the Star
slightly
Destroyer.
smaller.
Yeah, because it's the very end of the Clone War, so they've still been Venerators versus Star Destroyers. But then they started doing the What If series.
Yeah, I watched those. The two.
And so I liked them.
Yeah, no, I thought they're enjoyable.
What if Peggy Carter became Captain America? And then what if they took T'Challa
T'Challa,
for
yeah.
Star Lord instead of Peter Quill?
I thought that was funny because he was doing a way better job.
Oh, I don't know who voiced him.
No, it was the same guy. It was like one of the last things he did.
Oh, was it?
Wow.
Yeah, it was the last thing he did. Was that?
I know at the end they had a in memorandum.
Yeah, no, he was. That was one of the last things he did because he voiced it
Okay.
probably a long time ago. You know.
Yeah.
Right, pre-COVID or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're doing the What If series, and then I don't know what's next for Disney Plus, but
Yeah, I think the what ifs are going, and then
I'm sure something else will come out for the Friday release.
well, I got that Shang-Chi movie coming out soon.
Mhm.
So
Good.
and then they're getting sued by Black Widow.
They'll
So
give him a second chance to have a martial artist that doesn't suck.
oh, I was reading that the
Who's the
guy
first?
that they had in
Oh, okay.
I was reading that the guy in Iron Fist, he didn't practice. Like he refused to practice.
Oh.
It just his acting was horrible.
Well, his acting was terrible. His
No.
martial arts was terrible. They said that chick who was really good, that
Yeah.
she practiced all the time. So like,
Yeah, like I didn't mind his martial arts. Whatever. That's just fluff of the movie.
I thought
But,
his
like,
martial arts was terrible.
But like his acting and everything else. was
Well,
bad.
he didn't know how to play it because he played it as a child one moment, and then he played it as like an
Mhm.
idiot another moment, and then he played it as a savvy wise guy the next minute, and you're like, what the hell? Pick a
Yeah.
style, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the only bad show of the Netflix ones that they did.
yeah.
The second season of Luke Cage was okay.
Yeah, that was okay.
But Jessica Jones, both seasons were good, and I loved all the Daredevil ones.
Well, the Daredevil ones were great,
But
the hall scene is like my favorite. Those two that one hall scene, the
Mhm.
first one and the second one they did.
I don't remember it, but
The first one, they had the
Oh,
hall scene where they're in the hall the whole time, and he's like
Oh.
fighting guys, and he's like falling out of the hall and into the hall, and it's like one continuous fight that
Yep.
just went on and on.
but then Disney bought their stuff back and ruined it. So, all right. So what was the plan? You guys called Lieutenant Jeffries to let him know what's going on. You talked to Uki people, and they kind of give you the same information.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't get anything new. Just basically a rehash of everything we were told by
Yeah.
Scott. Okay.
So we just have to, we've yet to figure out our approach to the Gorgon and how we want to try to,
Well, I mean, we have to go to the Gorgon. We can't go directly to this Mullen West
well,
because we still haven't heard that name, right? We've still only heard.
No, we know Mullen West.
We know Mullen West from the kid, but we
Yeah.
don't know Mullen West from the point where we found out that we were being followed. So
Okay.
that's the whole point here, right? Is we're
Mhm.
starting from square one again.
Showing your work.
So we know Rotu now. We know
Well,
the
so
Gorgon.
that we just have to. I mean, we can go to the bar
Yeah.
and
Say we want in on this Wairu action.
right. That's right. That's what we were thinking of as in we want to cut.
Right. We want in somehow.
Mhm.
Or we're gonna take apart the whole organization.
Right.
You tell whoever you gotta tell that. Right. But it's gotta not be me saying it. It's gotta be you saying it, because it could be me if we're going some sort of deception route, but we're not. So
No. We're going with the coercion route. Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right. Yes.
So you guys head down to floor 175,
Okay.
and you find the Gorgon. You go inside. It has the standard bar of the bar in the middle with tables on the outskirts.
do we want to play it as we're all Imperials this time? Or should I come in undercover again?
well, you coming in undercover seems
And
to
then
be the
you
best
two
way.
just shake them down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Like
go
your-
ahead.
Like
Yeah.
your partners?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the shit down
Okay.
as partners. All right.
So I'll enter the bar like
Mhm.
10-15 minutes before them, dressed in my streets.
Okay.
All right. We show up.
Okay.
Not sure if this is a good time to try Raibiwu or not. I'm sure it's perfectly allowed to do it in this bar, given he's in the supply chain somewhere.
Okay.
It could be amusing to see what sort of hallucinations Duncan throws at me. Right? I mean, that could be good fun. It wouldn't necessarily go well for our team, but it could be good fun. Duncan's like, oh man, don't make me think of like pink elephants and shit.
Nope.
Just gonna.
That was that. I don't have crazy dreams like Phil, like the cleric detective. And,
Yes.
Yep. So you guys walk in, you see the bartender in the back, Ratsu. He is Pauline.
Pauline.
Oh, he's the pheromone guy.
He's the pheromone guy.
What's Pauline?
It's a race.
They are
stupid head.
they're kind of lizard. Did you watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Some of them, a couple seasons.
Typically, whenever they have the black sun, they have.
Oh, that the prince.
Yep.
He's falling. Right. Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't know if I remember.
Okay.
Look at it.
When I saw, okay, the one I know from is from the
they
book.
kind of look like that. They're kind
Okay.
of reptilian with
Kind of.
exaggerated heads.
Wait. Okay. How would they change the font? Oh, okay. It is. Okay, that is fun. Okay.
Yeah. It was, I forgot who they were talking to. I think the only time they saw him in the Clone Wars is when Maul basically took over the Dark Sun or the Black Sun
Mhm.
for his villain reign.
Mhm.
But he's back behind the bar.
Well, it kind of looks like the pirate guy that Obi-Wan Kenobi it ends up hanging out with and stuff like that.
Oh, he's a I forgot what race that's called.
Oh, that's a different
But
one.
yeah, Hondo.
Oh yeah, Hondo.
Hondo. I forgot he's a Weequay.
Oh,
They do look like Weequay.
the hair guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the Q.
But
The braid, the top braid thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You go in, the bar is pretty much empty. There's a couple people over on one side. Behind the bar, you see a falling.
I had almost completely forgotten about that until you mentioned it, Duncan.
What's that? Oh,
Thoughts and prayers.
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. So I was telling him, it was like a month ago or something, maybe even 2 months ago,
Mhm.
where I was telling him that I had this like ridiculous dream where a cleric, so it was like a D&D buddy cop show, where a cleric and a psionicist went around solving crimes, and it was called Thoughts and Prayers. And the cleric's name was Paris Hilton. I didn't have a clever name for the psionicist, unfortunately. I guess I had used up all my stupid puns on the title of the show and the cleric. But yeah, Thoughts and Prayers. The cleric and the psionicist walk into a bar.
Oh, dear.
She likes to climb up things and the other day, like she wanted to keep climbing up on my lap.
It could be like a cleric and a wizard.
And
you
sit
know,
down, she'd climb back up and
still
Yeah.
make sense. Thoughts and Prayers.
Yeah.
even okay. You guys walk into the bar. You see the falling behind the bar.
What was Judy's drink? I'm trying to remember. Judy had ordered like a very specific drink. I'm gonna order one in his memory.
Okay.
Malistaire Duster.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I wrote that down. I thought it was important.
It's important. Write it down.
Judy's my buddy.
Yep.
He still doesn't know I'm a cop, so it works out good. Unlike Brooklyn Nine-Nine Judy, he doesn't know I'm a cop.
Yep.
So we can still be friends.
Well, they're still friends later on, but yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. You order your drink and take a seat on the side.
Yep.
Okay.
Somewhere where I can listen in on the bar.
Minutes later, Elson and Wyatt walk in. Again, you see Lucen sitting on the sideline. There's two other patrons over on the other side with drinks, and following behind the bar.
Okay, before I do the approach, we'll have this discussion beforehand. Don't bring up Jotana or have it as part of the way that we can get leverage.
I would only go one link up the chain if you need to.
Okay.
Keep that as your ace in the hole.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
I mean, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Mm-hmm. All right.
You don't want to reveal that more than you have to.
All right.
Man, that kitten is
Troublesome.
yeah. Run. Person I don't know.
Okay.
Ah!
It hangs out with me most of the day. And we have the cat bed over there. When we first got her, and she was hanging out with Hunter all the time, our gray cat would come over and lay in the bed and hang out with me. And then once Hunter left, then she kicked the gray cat out of the bed and take the bed. And her and the gray cat don't get along. So
What about the black cat?
they're okay with each other to a point, and then once the black cat gets tired of her, they'll hiss and run off. So
Yep. Okay. So how should we approach this then, Wyatt?
Not sure.
I mean, we're trying to get info, or just at least the idea that we're just trying to get money. So might as well just go with that angle.
Well, I mean, are we trying to get to Mullen West from this guy, or what are we trying to do?
Mullen West or someone else up higher up the chain if possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess I would just say that, we know you've been distributing Wiry Woo, and you should pay us money to keep us quiet about it, or we want to get in on the action.
currently he does not distribute it. He passes messages.
Oh, okay. So then we would be like, we're trying to get in contact with Mullen West, or we
Yeah.
want to know. So, I mean, if that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
All right.
In our call center? Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we've heard you're an intermediary for a lot of people around here.
I keep busy.
I bet you do. Usually things just don't happen unless we're in it. So we'd like to kind of be able to talk to, shall we say, one of the distributors that you have some contact with, be able to get proper taxes established.
We wouldn't want the other Imperials to get involved, would we?
No, I mean, but once we can help you get your paperwork in order, everything will be okay.
He's sitting outside the bathroom waiting for me, and then I came out and was like, ah.
Or is it the black cat?
No, the kid.
Oh, Grimmer. Every time I go to the bathroom, she runs in the bathroom, like sits on the little footstool there, and then watches me.
Like, what are you doing?
It's like you. Oh, that's distracting. You're trying to move in on the business.
Move in. Oh no, the Emperor forbid. We are. I didn't know what else to say.
Emperor forbid.
That sounded more 40K than anything. Oh, man.
Exactly. It's like we worship the Emperor as a god.
Well, he is a freaking. So who knows?
Yeah. Well, but yeah, no one knows that.
No one knows that. That's true. We just simply, we simply want, again, all the tax forms written out that we are here to collect those kind of things, make sure everything's good there. So a little bit of something to just make sure that we look the right places, right times.
Go and give me a coercion check.
All right. Difficulty?
Let's give you 1 red and 2 purple.
By the way, the story of the God Emperor is ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It is so over
It's
the
so
top.
ridiculous. He's like the universe's most powerful psyker, but he's dying, right?
Yeah.
He took a mortal wound.
Mhm.
And so he's fed like thousands of psychers a day to keep him alive. And he basically single-handedly keeps the
Chaos
warp, basically the warp
Mhm.
free of chaos so that you can travel right
Yep.
from planet to planet.
Yeah,
So should I go with this?
yeah. Is your iOS.
Well, I mean, would you be getting a boost from me helping you?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. That's true.
Damn, this guy's hard to shake down. He's a toughie.
Okay.
Well, I hope this is a pass because you gotta. Oh, it's not.
No.
God damn it.
It is a fail, but with a triumph. That's the only thing that's left
Oh,
over.
Hi. It's
Hi.
like, oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I've made a huge mistake.
I made a mistake. It's not allowed on the table. Yeah.
It's like, people.
I was
I'm not sure what it was
sitting at
expecting
my
to happen
laptop
there.
when I sent out the last for the updates on Facebook for the Monday game. It jumps up on the table and hides behind the laptop screen.
That's funny.
And I'm
It's
like,
I'm safe.
like bring it down like this and just like wide eye, like you saw me. It's like so. What was your results?
So it all washed out except for the triumph.
Yeah.
So no successes,
That's
no
so
advantages, but a triumph.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fail with the triumph.
So like you obviously don't get the information you wanted. You don't get the response you wanted, but
No.
you let something slip,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or you noticed someone else in the bar.
Right.
That reacts to your loud, blustery proclamation. Or I noticed someone else in the bar.
Yeah. All of those sound like a great idea there.
Yeah.
You so it says all the paperwork for my establishment is legit. For whatever else you're asking for, you need to talk to Jotana. She handles all of the information, and she's assured me that everything's okay.
Well, then where do we find Jotana?
If you're Imperials, you should know this.
Everyone keeps saying that.
All right.
Is she like the governor of this planet or something? Like, I feel like we would know that.
Nope, she's not.
like if she disappeared from public service 10 years ago and we're obviously youngish, like how could people expect us to know that? There's got to be a reason why we should know this.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay. So let's thinking internally as out of character here. How the hell am I supposed to take
choke on
that?
my drink a little bit.
Or okay, new tack.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's going on the down low. We have to find out our own way to get our own cut, but somehow everyone says just go to Jotana, and she keeps getting scarce on us. She doesn't want to pay. We need to talk to her because she's going on the down low, and we're getting a little pissed off about that.
Well, then you should talk to Mullen.
Mullen, all right, where is he?
I will send a message to him and arrange a meeting between you.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay.
All right. You know what? All right.
Give me your comm information, and I'll send you once he sets the arrangement.
I'll give a spare comm signal. That's not the main one I use.
Okay.
Your burner comment?
Burner.
Let's just say I do have a burner comm. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, he should contact you by the end of the day.
All right.
I do a perception check to see if anybody acts any way in the bar that hides anything.
No,
Okay.
the two are sitting there just drinking and no one
Okay.
loosen.
All right.
Okay. You guys head out. Anything you want to go do while waiting for the call?
I'm gonna finish my Malister duster. Maybe order some French fries.
Okay.
And then I'll go join them.
Yeah, I'll just sit here in the theater going, what the hell? Everyone says what we should know this damn Jotana.
I
Gleason
know, it
knows.
makes me wonder if we should be searching a database other than the Forces database.
Yeah, I mean, or they think that Jotana still has Imperial connections. I have, but only thing that we know is that she was 10 years ago. Why the hell do they think that we should know now? Do they think that every
Right, everyone-
Imperial knows each other? Like we're all, yeah, you're from Coruscant. You know such and such, right? Right.
Sure, Truman, you know,
Oh, you're from Tucson, you know Linda Ronstadt? Yeah, of course, everyone knows Linda Ronstadt.
Clearly.
I mean, I know of Linda Ronstadt, if that's drafting.
Anyway, after that bit of flavor. I think we're just going to be waiting to get together and then we'll make our next plan here.
Okay. All right. So you guys are hanging out. Then you get a call from Ratsu saying Mullen has agreed to meet with you. He was confused why you're not going through Jontana, but he will meet you at the make that names.
Sounds like Kitten's getting in trouble somewhere in there.
She always is. That's it's just what trouble she get into now.
Pretty amusing. She jumped up here and was like, "Oh, I've made a horrible mistake. Why did I do that? Run!"
She'll meet you at the loop.
The loop, okay.
At the loop.
All right. Yet another bar.
Yep, another bar.
Okay.
Also on 175.
It's on 175 as well.
Hey, Lucian, you want to take lead on this? Try to see that we know Jotana and just trying to find her. I don't know if that would be a better approach. Because they assume that we know her.
Yeah, was there like anything in those records that I looked at that indicated anything about her, like her service record?
All the records in there was her field service records when she was serving under Commander Gleason out with the Imperial Army. But anything after that
So
was
not even on this planet.
no.
Hmm.
Can I do a streetwise check to see if anybody knows anything more about her?
Sure.
Okay.
It'll be 1 red and 3 purple.
All involved.
1 red and 3 purple. Wowzer.
Good luck.
Wait, is that? Oh yeah, that's a threat. Okay.
That's a whole lot of.
Yeah,
Fail.
that was fair. And it kind of looked like it from my angle too.
I guess those balance
But
out.
Duncan would have had a smile of glee on his face.
Yeah, fail with some threat.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Was that? Yeah, I guess 1 fail. All the threats cancel out, I think. So. Did I look
No,
no.
You've got 1 advantage, 2 advantage. You got 1 threat.
1 threat. Okay.
So you'll just take a strain.
Okay.
But you go around and ask, and you're
Someone insulted you real bad.
Yeah, it
Fuck
hurt my
off,
feelings deep
But
down.
worse.
any information you find out about her, stuff you already knew, that she's affiliated with the
How
Empire.
long until the meeting?
Um,
So like from the time
An
you
hour.
get the call, an hour?
an hour.
Is that enough time for me to like run back to 173 and try to break into the records? Well, but wait, but he knew her pre this planet.
Right.
So I'm wondering what's the
If
best way
anything,
to-
Jeffries wouldn't give us something if we wait.
I think we should just meet her and just,
Well, but yeah, we got to get through this guy first.
yeah. So we have to
And
decide how we
want some
want.
ammo. I want to know some stuff.
That's one way to that first.
Yeah. And that makes
Well, is she like some like
Yeah.
famous war hero or war criminal or something? Like was she in a famous battle? What was 10 years ago? I don't even know what time frame we're in.
I don't know. I feel like this guy can beat it out of somebody if we can't do it any other way.
But it
Well,
has to be, the point is there has to be someone who knows.
yeah. There has to be, yeah, that's the thing, is that,
We just say we're newly transferred, and
I guess that makes sense.
yeah, we're just newly transferred. We don't know her, but where we come from,
But
we're
the
top
weird
dogs.
part about this is that they're not saying, they're saying if you're Imperials, you should know. And we are Imperials, but the only thing we know about her comes from 10 years ago and it was off planet. So
Yeah.
why would Imperials know something about, why would people on this planet specifically assume we would know something about her?
I think because she's pretending to be an Imperial when she's no longer, and she's using the resources from Gleason to do
she's
so.
using Gleason's like logins and stuff.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she's using Gleason's.
Or she's got like spoof logins that he created or something.
I think she's posing as an Imperial, but she's no longer an Imperial.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, there is the thing of,
So you guys wait for the meeting?
I guess so.
You guys wait, you go head over to the loop. It's just identified on the front of it as an infinity symbol. And inside, it has the bar on the back wall with open seating up front and then booths along the edge. You go inside and you see a droid behind the bar as the bartender.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well,
As you look around,
Like, would we know from the droid model whether or not it would be a threat, or is it just like a protocol?
it's like a protocol. It's like a bartending model droid. It's not threat.
So it has a very specific set of commands related to its job. And
Mhm. Yep.
And we were all within like 5 hours of all the places that we went.
Do a perception check to see if there's anything you should know or look for, or
Sure. Go and make a perception check. It'll be hard. So 3 purple.
big purple.
hard, okay.
Okay.
So threats and advantage cancel out. So 2 successes and 1 threat.
Okay.
Looking around, you looking around the bar, you see Imperial symbols, not like predominantly displayed, but in small in like on like the equivalent of like a napkin holder. You see like the Imperial logo on like one of the tiles on like one of the far walls. You see an Imperial logo.
That's interesting.
so can I do a streetwise check to see if there's anyone in here that is potentially posing as someone they're not? Like in this, like trying to disguise themselves. They're not, maybe not streetwise, but
I think
skullduggery or
this
something.
is former Imperials who are dirty cops.
And he said that any place that whatever they were.
Like someone like masquerading as a civilian that's clearly not a civilian, or someone masquerading as a gang member that's clearly not a civilian, or that's not a gang member.
You can do a perception check.
Okay, that's fine. Also hard.
Yes, all of hard. And then a setback as well.
Not looking good.
No.
1 advantage.
looking around, you don't notice anybody kind of out of place. You see there's only a couple people in here. Most of them seem like they've been here for a while. You notice on the droid, it has an Imperial marking kind of on its neck.
So these are like weird racists. I think they're doing the right thing for the Imperium.
Mhm.
That's fun.
They're loyalists.
Fun.
Okay. Is the Duros here?
Well, I mean, if the
looking around,
drug
you
is
don't
to
see the
kill
drugs.
people, then this is basically like the.
Well, it's kind of weird that a Duros wants to meet in an Imperial bar,
Mhm.
isn't it? Well, weird.
A little weird.
Little weird.
Unless
you probably don't see
they're
it.
like trying to make it unless they're trying to make like a really obvious attempt to seem like an Imperial bar, but really it's the exact opposite.
Mm.
Like they're like
Well, the
rebels.
thing is that the things we were seeing are subtle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, currently you don't see him in there.
Okay, so we're here. We're in this blur. We see markings of at least loyalists, if not Imperial presence.
Well, if you take it into account that the drugs is basically like they're trying to get rid of
Yeah.
aliens. They're only want the pure Imperials.
Well, it makes me wonder, like, does this guy we're meeting with, who is a Duros, know that the drugs kill non-humans?
Yeah.
Like, is he cool with that? It seems weird.
Seems weird.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to ask him to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we just take a table and just wait. It's not like we're probably gonna get the evil eye here.
Yeah, not if we came dressed as Imperial officers.
Yeah. If anything, we might just get a free drink.
Okay, you guys take a seat. Shortly after, a different droid comes up and takes your order.
The last time we were served drinks by a droid, things went real bad. This wasn't our group. It was way back,
Okay.
remember?
Oh,
In Josh's stupid game.
Oh, no, I forgot most of his stupid game.
we had to like,
Where he's upset you figured out his Indiana Jones puzzle.
yes.
Yep. He comes up and takes your drink order.
But what's funny is I don't remember that from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Which one was it in?
The Last Crusade, the one with the Nazis where he had to find the Grail.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that from that movie. It just seemed really obvious, you know, like that's
Yep.
clearly a trope, right? Like the invisible bridge. That's clearly a
oh,
trope.
the leap of
The leap
oh
of faith.
yeah, the leap of faith.
Is
Okay.
that what they called it in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He had to
mean,
pass the three
it's like-
challenges: the leap of faith, the
That's
No,
been
the
done in
deal.
other things.
Yeah.
penitent man will pass. I forgot what the third one was. but-
The one that the knowledgeable will find the way.
oh, spelling the name on
Of
the bridge.
Jehovah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, where he like steps on like and it's like it starts with an I
That's right.
or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it comes up, takes your drink order, brings you your drinks. Probably about 10 minutes later, you see a Duros enter the bar, and he kind of looks around and heads over to your table. He looks around. He's like, I'm assuming you were the ones who summoned me.
Indeed, we did.
He grabs a chair from a neighboring table and sits at it, or sits at your table, but on the chair.
Mhm.
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Do we give our actual names? Wilson.
No, yeah, I don't know. I'll just say my name's Bob, but I'm what floor are we from?
99?
Well, right now we're from the 99th floor, but
Right.
we served on this floor. Well, we
Oh,
served on this
173.
Yeah, we served on this for whether or not we give our real name. I'm not sure.
Well, we didn't start on this floor. We started on 173 and we were
Yeah.
on 175. We started on a different floor. So I'll just toss out one of the aliases I used off planet.
Okay.
So I don't have to think of one
Okay.
because that's annoying.
Okay. So everybody gives fake names.
Mhm.
He's like, no ranks with these names. May I ask your ranks?
Well, you can see right here, it's a specialist.
He looks to everybody else to see your rank, whatever your rank is.
I don't know it's ever been specified.
Yeah, no.
I just made it up.
Sure. It's like, well, how may I help you, fine gentlemen?
Well, we're moving down to this floor, and where we do business, we handle the drugs. And now we're finding out Jotana does the drugs down here, and we need to talk to her because we're moving in, and basically we need our cut in order to keep things quiet.
Go and give me a deception check.
Okay. I don't know if I'm good with that.
It's going to be
Okay.
Can we say it's a group deception check?
sure.
Well, that will make it a bit better. So I've got 2 yellows and a green.
Oh, well, you should have done it then.
So you can change your 2 greens to 2 yellows.
Oh, 2 greens to 2 yellows. Okay.
Or sorry, you had 1.
Yeah, I had 1.
So it'd be 2 yellows and 1 green.
Okay. Any boost dice?
Yes. No.
Nope.
If there's we do some kind of better combination, then we don't get a
Oh, okay.
It'll be against 2 red
Okay.
and we'll just say 3 red.
Oh.
Okay.
How you gonna do us like that, Duncan?
Did I go the wrong way?
Yes.
Yeah, I always do that.
well.
One failure there, so that looks good.
I got 3.
So 2 threat and 2 successes.
Sweet.
It's like, so you're moving in, and Joe. It'd be strange that you're moving in with Jotana not knowing that you're moving in.
She has yet to grace us with her presence.
Then it hardly sounds like you have the invitation to move in.
Or we don't take the invitation. We're doing it.
So how am I involved in this?
Well,
You're in our way from actually seeing her. She seems to want to keep herself scarce, and that's starting to piss us off. So if we can't get to her directly, we just have to go through you. What manner of through that is up to you.
Give me a coercion check.
Okay.
It'll be 2 red and 1 purple.
Okay. And since we have something.
And you can take a boost because you're in Imperial outfits.
Okay. This is not good-ish.
A shitload of advantage.
Yeah, a lot of advantage. I fail, but with I fail with 2 advantage.
He's like, I believe your sincerity, but I don't believe you've got what it takes.
Yep. Well, if you're moving in, then you definitely need to talk to Jotana. She seems to have, well, at least more than 2 people to be able to hold her territory and prevent you from taking over. If there's a Imperial transition, please make sure to let me know. But at this point, I'm going to stick with my orders coming from Jotana.
Okay. So with those 2 advantages, so I failed coercion whether or not that they'll give us the location. So the 2 advantages.
So
Yeah.
Jeffries didn't recognize the name Jotana either.
He did not.
It's weird that everyone assumes an Imperial would recognize that name.
It is so weird.
Because he's been around longer than us, obviously. He's a captain.
Maybe Jotana doesn't exist.
Who knows, man? This is so weird and confusing.
Well, I'm gonna say, well, I think
It's gonna be like the
I think we're
Wizard
gonna
of
want to
Oz.
meet with
It's
Joe
gonna be
Tana
like-
because it's.
Go back behind the curtain.
Right.
I'm gonna say I think we're gonna want to meet with Joe Tana because
It's
if we
gonna be like
don't,
an
then
Ewok
there's,
or some shit.
even if she's able to hold her territory, it's gonna
Jawa.
bring in Imperials that aren't
Standing 3
working
Jawas in a
with
trench
this
coat.
to basically like it would cause a big disturbance if we were to start going to war with her. So I think she should figure it out so we at least get our cut and then we can leave her be.
So now the Imperials are fighting over drug money amongst each other. This is the day.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we got to make our money somehow. It's not like the Empire pays us well.
The Empire takes what it wants. This,
Unfortunately,
like the Empire follows rules.
my day job, it's my job to get the assignments out, to confirm with all the customers and get the assignments out
Well,
to the,
seems like he's not very useful for us.
and don't get me wrong, it's easy job.
Okay, so I'm trying to think.
However.
Did I, so yeah, with those, so what were the 2 advantages with that coercion check? I didn't feel it. Yeah.
So let's see. So you were trying to say that you guys were taking over.
And things like that, so, now we're.
So I'm wondering, because I'm looking for a bone here, as in
Yeah.
at least a lead to keep on to know where Jotana is.
You can't leave the stand with just one person working. So I don't know if I just.
On that statement, I can't think of one, so I'll give you a boost, the group a boost on your next roll.
Fair enough. All right. Okay.
By herself.
I'm not out to ideas.
No, I remember being alone at something like after 10. And I think we were open to like.
I wonder if we should pursue some sort of line where we talk about Gleason.
I definitely hear what you're saying, but.
Like,
but
just to, I mean, at the worst, he won't know the name and we can know that he's either not directly involved or is
There's not, just really not.
still like
To take off.
behind the scenes or something.
Let's go for that. Yeah, I'm good with that. You want to lead?
I'm trying to think how to phrase it.
Like my day job, it's a lot of filing, it's a lot of just little things.
I got an idea.
Okay.
I'll go still with the frustrated doctor. Golly, first Jotana seems to go out, and then Gleason being such a hard ass, trying to not revealing anything about her. I mean, have you dealt with that Joker?
No, Jotana's my contact.
Ugh, okay. Seriously, I mean, no one, all this whole organization, they just want to just sit and they say that they know everything, but they just won't give any details of where to go. We just want to talk to her. I mean, crying out loud.
But I know how to keep it running, because I make sure that there's still appointments and customers and. I mean, I get.
Well-
I just wanted to write in and tell you how much I've enjoyed my experience from,
If there is going to be a takeover, then there's no benefit to me to be on the wrong side of it. What can you offer me to help direct you to find Jotana?
You should just bribe him. You have lots of money.
Actually, yeah, I think that's it's a. Well, of course, we'll need to retain your services and pull out 1,000 credits.
Okay, go and give me a negotiation check.
Negotiation, can it be a group negotiation check?
Sure.
Because
I could
suck.
negotiate it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I was hoping for. Take a boost from me
Okay.
because I gave money and that was a lot of money, so maybe 2 boosts.
I don't know, it's up to him. Yeah.
You can get 2 boosts.
Okay. And what are we going against?
Yeah, 1,000's a ton of money.
Be
Yeah.
2 red and 1 purple.
Okay.
And she gave me attitude, and I was like, hey, I'm just not comfortable with doing it. I'm just gonna level with you as the boss. But it would be okay if I can get my.
Okay, I think I got
I'll keep the parking lot where it's-
1 threat and 3 successes.
Okay,
You give us all 40 hours
like, well,
because
he
they-
reaches over and pulls the money over towards him. Well,
We have to-
to help establish good relationships with the new leadership, you may want to look at the Hanlon Technology Factory on this floor,
End of October.
Hamlin
or
Technology.
Holland Technology.
Holland?
Holland.
Wait a minute.
I will wait.
Does the address sound familiar to us?
He didn't give an address, but the name does sound familiar to you.
Because I think we helped clear out that area.
In fact, you did.
It must have been before me, I think.
Yes.
Is this the place you guys burned down?
No.
I think you missed that game because you were there for escorting the admiral.
Oh,
the end of
okay.
it. So I think you missed that one. They were
Holland.
sent down to clear a factory that was going to be taken over for Holland Technologies, who is a weapons manufacturer.
Okay.
And then we got down there, it used to be a hydroponics facility, and they found out it was being used by the rat gang.
Was it the rat rodents or was it
The-
the venom force fighter?
the rat rodents.
Rodents, okay.
Um,
And they had those weird crocodile
Yep.
monsters.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I didn't remember the name. I obviously didn't write that one down.
Yeah.
So that building, we ended up taking over, and that was Gleason's orders.
It was. So yeah, even more circumstantial evidence.
I had to go through my notes. I'm like, all right, what were these called?
Ah. Okay. That actually, Mr. West
Company
is,
we cleared, and I don't remember what was that. What was that facility being used for before it was
It was originally a hydroponics facility
hydroponic?
from the last
That's
owner.
right. That's right.
That's why it was all flooded and the weird creatures were there.
Right.
and the rat people were just,
They were just
Squatters.
And then Holland Technologies was a company that you were told was taking it over.
So maybe they're using this hydroponics facility to grow some of the ingredients they need for wiry room.
yeah.
Probably the kill humans one, or else they wouldn't have needed it.
Yeah, it would, they just kind of, they're cutting a bioweapon inside of the drugs.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Ross, that actually was rather helpful. We appreciate your assistance.
We won't forget you when the
and-
takeover happens.
we always appreciate when people take the time to smooth over transitions.
Glad I can help. Just remember it if I have to call you boss one day.
Absolutely.
And of course, if I don't have to call you boss, keep this on the down low.
You know, boss is such a harsh term. Let's just, yeah. Wilson is just fine.
I saw the-
He stands up and
Gonna go around wearing a bloody handprint on your face. From now on.
he stands up and leaves the bar.
All right.
You have the opportunity.
Well, that brings back some memories, huh, Wilson?
Yeah, I don't want to remember that.
I guess I missed that one,
That
guys.
was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That was a duo adventure because everybody was gone.
Yeah, there was a bunch of shuffling. We had to clear out this old abandoned
It
hydroponics
was
facility.
a week where both you and whatever the robot guy, can't even remember his name.
Yep.
Already forgot. Don't care.
Robot guy.
Robot guy.
I like robot guy.
He was there for like 2 weeks, or he was there for longer, but only showed up for like 2
only
weeks.
showed for 2, or 3.
Well, it's just like Izzy.
So
Yeah, which is sad, but what are you gonna do?
seems to be a
So
thing.
the stupidest part is that Saturday should be a good day for most people.
Yeah.
Well, there was someone that messaged saying that they were interested in doing the Saturday game, but they couldn't do it until some point. I don't remember when, so I'll look through my messages and see. Force comes to worse, put out a new thing of, hey, looking for a person for a Saturday game.
Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
one girl called out because downtown.
All right.
Well, you might want to reach out to Izzy just to make sure that it is permanent, I guess, too.
Yeah.
So
It sounded like it. Because
it sounded like it was too,
Why
yeah.
would you say evenings?
Yeah.
Yep, I'll reach out to him. So, all right, well, we will end there
All right.
and go ahead and take 15 experience.
Okay.
So close. So close.